This is my 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 at this point because I probably spent about $5,000 on camera gear. I don't remember the name of it, but it is, I want to say a diffuser. And look, I hit the camera. Filters, camera filters. So I bought this recently, probably a couple months ago. The camera that I currently have is, as you're going to see, is not like the cameras that everybody got today, which is a Sony or a Canon. These are polarizers, UVs. These are macro lenses, and usually, typically, it's for photography. Next up is the camera hood. So I got this with the set with the filters. I have two of these. I've never used these, so maybe I'll find a use for them one day. Next up, we have the light, and this is my only light that I have. Everything I'm gonna say is coming from Amazon. It has 3 different color changes. So it has the white, of course, red, blue, and green. Very, 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 very useful because my camera does not do well in low light. We're gonna talk about these little ones first. I recently just bought this probably a month ago because I wanted to do some quick recording because I've been recording off my iPhone. These are mics, of course, and this is the receiver, of course, that plugs into the phone. Because I have a gimbal as well, the balance doesn't do too much. The weight, it just doesn't weigh anything, so it helps a lot. So these are the same in the same sense, but these are for more bigger operated cameras. It's for bigger things. Of course, these are supposed to attach to the person, and this is the receiver. Of course, we have, so these are the cables that connect to the phone and connect to the camera itself. Next up, more mics. This one doesn't have a receiver. This one is just a long cord, and I've never really used this. Mics on mics on mics. Last mic, this mic, of course, goes on top of the camera itself. This is the furry ball that everybody talks about. This is the actual mic right here. I hope y'all can hear me. The windows are closed. This attaches to the camera so I can hold the mic on top of the camera. Okay, we're back after probably 20 minutes. So this is a Joby Gorilla Pod thing. It's mainly for smaller cameras and phones. I do have a bigger one, but it is in my storage unit. And everybody knows Gorilla Pods are one of the best things to use because you can attach it to anything, anywhere. Of course, we have the SD cards. This is a micro SD adapter. I also have an 8, I have a 16, 64, and 2 128s. Of course, you got chargers. You always need chargers. I mean, if you don't have this, it's out, like your ass out. These are, oh snap. These are a bunch of chargers. So all these are just chargers and wires. I don't know which is which. Sometimes I just plug it into something. It always works for something. So before I had the gimbal, I had this because I still wanted some type of stabilization. Place your camera right here. You can place mic, light, anything on top of here, and you can just move on with this. This is general. This is very general. I've had this since I was in, I want to say, college probably. So about 8 years ago, from the start of college, so like 8 years ago. I think I had this since probably the middle of college. I still had this since college. There's a lot of college stuff on this. Also have this, but this is something that you should have as someone who is using big files, transferring big files. This holds a lot. I think this is 1 terabyte, I believe. First camera is a camcorder. So I decided to get a camcorder because everybody's getting camcorders nowadays. Everybody wants that low quality look in some of their videos. So I decided to get one of these. And of course it came with 2 batteries. It came with the charger, of course. It actually came with a microphone that goes on top as well. My camera. This is the actual camera, my baby, my camera that I recorded almost everything and anything that you see, except the ones that was recorded on iPhone. This camera is probably like 10 to 12 years old. This is a Panasonic Lumix, and my ex-coworker gave me this camera strap, as a gift for Christmas last year, I believe. and it says my company name, which is cool. So really appreciated her for that. This is the first bag that came with the camera. I don't really use this anymore nowadays. I have an actual camera bag that my beautiful mother actually bought for me for my birthday. All those compartments inside, so I can fit my camera, my light, anything that it could fit in here. It also has straps underneath so I can hold tripods. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Mom. Next up are the bigger, more expensive things. This is the DJI Osmo 4 gimbal. This is something that I wanted to use as stabilization because since I'm starting to record off my iPhone, I realized like, I want a little bit more stabilization, even though iPhone has a lot of stabilization already, but it doesn't hurt to have more stabilization. So it's just simple. This is about $100, but it's pretty good. It's pretty decent. It works really well. It has weight to it, so you know it's a good product. You know what I'm saying? Next up, we have the DJI Mavic, the drone. So I bought this drone because I wanted to elevate my videos a lot more, and I wanted to get something overhead. I wanted to get like some scenic shots. Now this is the Mavic Mini, and you know, it's still efficient. It records 2.7K, so not 4K, but it records 2.7K, which is great. So I got the whole set. So it came with this bag. It came with like 3-4 batteries, which I can charge 3 at the same time. It came with the remote control, of course, that connects to the phone. It came with more propellers. It came with guards. It came with a whole bunch of stuff that you would need. So it's a whole package. So I spent about probably close to $500 for this whole set, which isn't bad because, you know, I got a lot of stuff within this. And that's my setup, but I also have more things in storage. I have more tripods, of course. Over the years, I collected tripods. Tripods are always something that you need more than one sometimes. I also have a green screen and a blue screen, so they're like double-sided. That's also in storage. So I just have a lot of camera equipment. I wouldn't say this is really a beginner setup, because a beginner setup is really just one camera, one light, probably no mic at all. So this is a little more an advanced beginner setup. Overall, this setup is probably like $3,000. I gotta use what I have instead of trying to buy more things and then leave all these things to the side, you know what I'm saying? So eventually I'll get there. Eventually I get more things and get more camera equipment, and then my whole room would be filled with camera equipment and everything like that. But if I were to include my computer, my MacBook, everything else that I use to edit videos, it'll probably reach $6,000, but I'm gonna keep it at $3,000 just because it's just about my camera equipment. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more, I'll be doing different type of videos all this month. Every day of this month I'll do different type of videos. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, let me know what you want to see, and I'll see y'all.